Hello everybody, my name's Mark. Welcome to the channel Fix and Ride. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing. Today we are at Prescott, Arizona, and we're at a VJMC West Coast Rally. Today we're going to be at the bike show, and we will get some great footage on some 60s, 70s, and 80s vintage Japanese motorcycles. So stay tuned to Fix and Ride. Okay, we are at the West Coast VJMC Rally and Bike Show, and today is Saturday, so it is Bike Show Day, and people are signing in, getting various stickers. There's the trophies that will be handed out, and there is our illustrious leader, Jack Stein, and we just got a lot of conversations about bikes right now. So going to go around and try and, if they've got a tag on it, there's a 74 Z1, nice looking motorcycle, looks like a rider to me. And it's good to see sport bikes here. Good to see a sport bike. I'm gonna guess and say late 80s, early 90s FZR 600. There's no tag on it. Early 750. Not sandcast, but a 750 nonetheless. Product code 300. That's a decent looking motorcycle. Yeah. Got about 9,700 miles on it. Here's one of my favorites, since I'm a 500 lover. I love 500s. This looks like a 71 first year, which would be a KO. And this one's got about 14K on the clocks. Nice example. Really nice example. And no motorcycle show is complete without at least one of these in there. This looks like a 75 RE5 Suzuki. And what makes them a 75 are these round things here. And of course you got the round instrument nacelle. First year, double row chain, handle all that massive torque. Good to see at least one of them here. 79 GS 1000. Very clean example. And you got about 11,000 on the clocks there. CB350. This one's a G model. Last year of the 350. Has the disc brake. That's what made it a G. This was Honda's last attempt at the 350. They went to a CB360 in 1974. And 77 XL 77. I'm sorry, 75. They did not make a lot of these. They did not sell real well. Most kids were doing XR 75s back in those days. And of course, here's another CB350. This one looks like a 70. I love the color gold. Nice example. Nice example. SR 500, 77. Got a modified pipe. Thumper. And another Honda CB350. That one looks a little bit different. I guess it's the 70, same as the other one. And that is a kit bike. Yep. And we're going to label that one special interest. Okay. Yeah. So that is a kitted. That is a kitted motorcycle. Okay. It's part English. Like it.
Because it's been kidded.
I hear you, man.
I don't have to settle with it at all.
Yeah.
Oh wait, my teeth are too straight.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is the kit? What does it retail for? What would you have to pay for that
bits
kit?
and pieces, you're 7 to 8 grand.
7 to 8?
7 to 8.
Okay.
The rims are $300, and that's
Wow.
not with being converted to tubeless. The pipes are 35.
Wow.
Still have catalytic converters, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Still smart.
they're legal.
I got
Yeah.
my wheels and the exhaust secondary.
Okay. The tank.
They're $2,500.
Okay.
It does not come with the filler cap.
Oh, you got to do that too. Okay. So
Seats are 8 or 9.
it totals $8,000. Okay. And then if you combine the cost of the motorcycle, which is what, another 10?
You can get 6 to 8 per bike.
Okay.
They're holding their value pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, a big inline 4.
And then I have one of the few, is that a recording voice? Unlocked ECU, right? So there's
I won't tell anybody.
There's a fella who's doing these.
Okay.
He takes the speed limiter off.
Okay.
He'll adjust your timing and your fuel.
Okay.
You know, you tell him what you're doing. He did about 40 of them before someone from the government said,
Yeah.
you know, we know what you're doing, and we're watching.
Do you want to go to jail?
You know, so if I send him an email with my serial number of that ECU, he won't even talk to me.
Okay.
Because I don't know what.
Yeah, yeah. He's playing it wise. No, I hear you. Nice motorcycle though. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, it's still fuel injected,
Still
right?
injected, even with
You know.
the additional fuel I've added.
Yeah.
And the extra weight of the wind and the luggage in my power.
And it's digital, so we don't know how many miles you got on it.
Well, let me see if I can hit the right button.
That's a trip
So
meter?
I've gone, that's my trip. I've gone
Okay.
another 30 on top of that. So I've gone 630 since I left my house.
Okay.
Averaging 47
That's
miles
not
to the
too
gallon.
bad.
Yeah, trip B.
28K.
No, that-
Oh, that's, I'm sorry. One more.
20, yeah.
Oh, you may not be in the right thread there.
You know, that's the drawback. Total 9,400.
Okay, so you don't even have
I don't even have
10,000
10,000 on it.
When you bought it, did you kit it or did you kit it?
It had the tank and the
So you finished the kit?
I finished.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. You just don't see anything like that. That's very, very uncommon. And what was your name, sir?
My name's Rich.
Rich, my name's Mark. Yeah, thank you so much. I have the CB500 out in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rider.
That's okay.
So, yeah.
You know, we were at one of these in Big Bear. Maybe it was a second one. They didn't in our road. And some guy who lived up there was riding by and saw the bikes. He pulled up, asked questions. And his wife could show getting the first car. Not even
You just never know. Used to do.
No.
Good talking with you.
Whatever you do, you gotta put the work in. So I bought the bike from him, he told me the story. And he said the same thing, you do not put that number. All my daughter says is 1995. It's a Suzuki 500. Most white, 2 feet. I should go home and get my thing so I can start this. Yeah. Oh, you're doing TV?
You okay with that?
Oh, I'm just trying.
Yeah. Yeah, my intent is to upload this on YouTube. Absolutely. Yep. Why keep him in a shed all the time? Get him out, right?
Mark, you want to help me here?
Yeah. So is this Gamma yours too? Okay.
CDI cover.
Yeah, those
All reliable 73 CB 750. They made a lot of them, and that is a bike with 18K on it. Very clean example. Very clean. Good morning. You can always tell the bikes to get ridden here.
Yep. Oh yeah.
They got a jacket hanging on them. My jacket's hanging on mine. Yep. Is this your 450?
No.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I met you yesterday. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, today with me I have Ed.
Hello.
Hi, Ed. And Ed has a 81
750 Seika.
and 81 Seika. And this one is, I would say, what, 99% stock?
Yeah.
It's just bone stock, and you don't see a lot of stock old Yamahas like this.
The only thing that is in stock is a seat. It's got a Sargent seat on it.
Okay, all right. So did you recover that? Is that your doings?
It was on it when I bought it, about a year ago.
Okay, all right. So looks bone stock to me. Yeah. Is that stock? Okay. So as far as you know, nobody's hacked or chopped it or done anything? Oh, we got a two-stroke up. Oh, we got a triple. I was hoping one of those would show up. Nothing sounds quite like that. So 32K, that's probably original.
Yes.
All right.
And what's interesting about the 81 Seika is it has a microprocessor.
Oh, that's right.
So when you start it up, it goes through a self-test.
Okay. Do you have the key?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah, this is going to go it's going to send a signal to all these sensors, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's going to, okay, here it goes. Oh, look at it. I don't know if you can see that in the glare. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, let's try it again. I'm going to see if I can.
You want to come
Let
from
me
this
get
side?
on this side. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Okay, now it's going through and it's reading all these different sensors. And it's saying everything's okay because your warning light's not on. Now, if you put the kickstand down, the warning light comes on. Wow. Cool. That's a fancy motorcycle for 81 only. 81 only.
Well, actually, I think it's 80. It's all the Seikas from 80 to 83, I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it has-
And the last year that they produced this was 84?
It's 83.
83 was last
But
year.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I like it. And this motorcycle is for sale. Ed could actually be talked out of the ownership of this motorcycle here. Yeah. So.
Any offers yet? No.
Well, this is a good place to do that.
A lot of motorcycles here. It's a good deal.
Yep, it is a good deal. Yep, that's a really good deal. Well, Ed, thank you very much. I appreciate your time this morning.
Hard time finding it.
Yeah. Yeah, after talking with Ed here a little bit more, I wanted to go over these carburetors here are Hitachis. They are not Mikunis, which is what Yamaha usually ran. They are not Mikunis. So finding parts for them can be a little bit different because they're not a common carburetor. Did you replace the insulators? Yeah, that's a biggie there
I
too.
replaced these and these
Yeah.
because they were all rotted.
Yep. Yeah, rubber parts. Yeah, but basically the motorcycle it's all there. It's original. It's got a little bit of fade in some of the paint, but not bad. It's still a very, very presentable motorcycle. But those Hitachi carbs, they can be kind of a booger. So, but it's just part of owning older Yamahas.
It's part of the adventure.
It's part of the adventure.
So pick 3 Suzuki, 3 Yamaha, balance up here is cheap. Everybody wants one ballot on.
Okay, here we have a 75, which is first year only, Honda CB 750 Super Sport. And what set the Super Sports apart from everything else was this phenomenally cool 4-into-1 exhaust system. And they had the bread box tank, and it was their intent was the cafe style. And rear disc, which was Super Sport only. Now he has put double discs on there and drilled them. I like that touch. Nice touch. Just a very clean, nice example of a 75 Super Sport. Okay, here's something a little bit unusual. You don't see a lot of these anymore. A lot of them just turned into dirt bikes, and of course got thrashed.
It looks like a dirt bike.
Yeah. Yeah, these are actually pretty hard to find that are all there. This one has the original headlight. It looks to me like the original speedometer, and it's got all the original pipe. Fenders look correct. MR175, hard to find. I think those shocks are even correct. And this is a biggie right here. Just a fine one that's got the original taillight. It looks like a very, very nice example of an older enduro motorcycle. These were marketed as enduro, so you would actually go out and compete with this thing. Ride it out in the forest, whatever you wanted to do. Early Kawasaki. I believe these are, it's a C2, I think that's a T or a J. It's a Roadrunner. There's that cool insignia right there. Very early Kawasaki. Got about 1,900 miles on the clock. Looks like an all original motorcycle. All original. Double sprocket system. Nice example. Early dual purpose motorcycle. Very early. The coolest thing about these are those insignias right there. I love that insignia, that tank badge. Nice bike. Okay, things are peaking here at the West Coast Rally, the bike show. Everybody's got a ballot in their hand and people are out voting for their favorite motorcycle. Pretty good attendance today. Not bad. Yeah, people walking around voting for their favorite bike. Okay, here's one that you don't see a lot of. Is an all original 76 MT 250. Most of them lost all kinds of parts. Hello, Mark. This is Mark. 76 Honda MT 250. It's like a very original example. Looks like it's all there, bone stock. Doesn't look like it's ever been hacked or chopped. even looks like it's got, I don't know if those are the stock Nittos on there, but I know they came with Nittos. You can tell that back tire is different. The front might be the original. And about 3,000 miles on the clock. All original. Most of these got turned into dirt bikes. The lights went off, tail lights went off, and they got just turned into dirt bikes. So it's good to see one that's all there. Even got a cute little rack on the back of it. It's a nice looking motorcycle. 76 Honda MT250. Okay, let me get going here. First of all, what is your name?
Mike Corcoran.
Mike, my name's Mark.
Mark.
Nice to meet you. Okay, Mike, we're going to talk about two vintage Japanese parallel twin two-strokes.
There you go.
Right? That's what these are.
Right, different brands.
Okay. This first one is the Suzuki.
1969 Suzuki
Okay.
T125 Stinger. It's got a horizontal two-cylinder, two-stroke engine, which Suzuki made only for 3 years.
Okay.
The bike itself is a bit sub taken from two different bikes. Chrome on it is mostly original, but it's not particularly great. Front fender's been re-chromed. The mileage on it is subject to.
Oh, I wasn't going there. Mike, I wasn't going there.
So it's.
How long have you had the bike?
I've had this probably. I basically put it together probably 10 years ago.
Okay, so you've had it a while.
I've had it a while.
Okay.
It's been to quite a few of these shows.
Yeah, now if I'm not mistaken, these were referred to as Stingers.
Yeah.
Because Suzuki,
125 Stinger.
Suzuki named all their bikes.
Okay.
The Apache was a 400,
Right,
if I'm
400,
correct.
400 single.
What was the 250?
Savage? Well,
A Savage.
Savage was the
Was that a
Enduro
T?
bike.
That was a TS 250,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah. How about the tank? Has it been repainted?
Yes.
Okay.
The tank is it's a 69. The tank is repainted basically like a 1970 because I like yellow.
Okay. I can tell.
But it's an aftermarket paint. It's not strictly a Suzuki paint.
Okay.
It was painted. It's a lacquer paint with a two-part finish that I did in the garage,
Okay.
and it was one of my. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Tell me about your Yamaha.
Yamaha is a 1966 YL1
Okay.
twin jet.
Okay.
The
So
first-
what? It's 99cc parallel twin two-stroke.
Right.
Okay.
And the first year or two, they had no electric start, so this is kickstart only.
Okay.
Very popular bike in its day.
Yes. Yeah, I remember them.
Not too many of them left.
No, especially in this condition.
Right. Well, this belonged to Scott Brown down the street here
Okay.
for quite a while. I
All
had
right.
it for about 5 years. Did the rims and spokes. Tarted up a bunch of stuff. It's never been really restored. It's just
So it's
been
kind of an
refurbed.
original.
It's an original, but that's
Okay. So the heads have never been off?
No, I'll have to say the heads have been on.
Okay. How about pistons? New pistons?
New pistons, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But most of the hardware and stuff on the bike is relatively original.
And Yamahas, in my opinion, pitted very easily. That's just my opinion. I don't think the chrome on Yamahas was as good as.
Very easily, right?
Yeah, they
well,
pitted.
This tank was a tank that was purchased, after the bike was after
Okay.
Scott got the bike.
Okay.
And he had it repainted the black for the rest of the bike. So I haven't done that. I've repainted the cases and redone the wheels. Not an awful lot else.
Oh, that's a
New
very
clutch.
really nice example. I
Yeah.
heard you riding it around in the parking lot this morning. And nothing sounds quite like a
No.
small bore
No, these two-
two-stroke twin.
These two are amazing to listen to.
Yeah, I like them.
Yes.
I like them. I
But
like
they're
them a lot.
both my office bikes, so they stay in the office.
Oh, I
most of the time.
understand. I know what an office bike
Get
is.
ridden up to the mailbox.
Yep, very good. Well, thank you for your time, Mike. Okay, we're going to do a big inline 4. And this is a Suzuki GS 1100. And let's just put it this way, little girls were not riding these things. This is a serious motorcycle. Back in 1980, this was probably one of the fastest motorcycles you could purchase. This one here's got about 26K on the clocks. It's a very nice original example. I don't know about the pipe. Walk over here. No, it's got a Vance and Hines on it, and a lot of them do. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, stock exhaust systems just got thrown away. People threw them away because they wanted a 4-into-1, a Kirker or a Vance and Hines, Bassini, and this motorcycle is no exception. It's got the pods on there, so the airbox has been modified. Very nice example, though. They were awful fast back in the day. That's a real serious motorcycle. Okay, well, what motorcycle show would not be complete without at least one Super Hawk, or in this case, I believe that's a CV72. So that's a 250. That's not a 305. It's a 250. It's a 64. Nice example. Even got a 1964 license plate on it. How about that? Very clean motorcycle. Yep, 250. You can see the tack drive here. And we'll take a look, and here's what's neat about these particular Hondas. They have needles that move in the opposite direction. So the tack's going this way, the Speedo's going that way. And that one has 0.3 miles on it, so that might have been replaced. Nice looking bike. Excellent example. They don't make them like that no more. That is a cool bike. 1979 SR 500 single Yamaha.
I thought they were.
This one has an aftermarket exhaust on it. I think that's a RevTech, if I'm not mistaken. Nice looking bike. Thumpers never go out of style. There's always a demand for a thumper. Big Yamaha single. Lots of torque down low. And got about 13K on the clocks. Nice slim tank. Lots of fun on a twisty road. Lots of fun. Very easy to flick around. Light. A lot of power coming out of the corners. It's a neat bike. Okay. 73. Let's see. Yeah, it's 73. These came out in the fall of 72. Very advanced motorcycle for its time. XL 254 valves per cylinder. They do not have a balancer, so they had vibration issues, but this is an all correct Moto Sport 250. Pretty cool motorcycle. Looks like it's all there. Has the original exhaust. Stock gearing even. That's hard to find. Most people have replaced that by then. This is an original seat. I can tell by the textured top there. This one is got 3,900 miles on the clocks. Tank looks original. It just looks like a Survivor to me. It just looks like a motorcycle that somebody stuffed away somewhere and somebody finally got a hold of it, got it out, and is starting to enjoy it. Very rideable motorcycle. I've had one, and it was a very rideable motorcycle. Made a good street bike even. Yeah, I geared mine up a little bit for the street, but it was a very rideable motorcycle. Okay. 76 RM250?
77.
77 RM250. How long have you had this bike?
I've probably had it for about, see, have a good trip.
It's funny.
Okay. Did you restore it?
I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, and there is the original factory at the dealer, right? Okay. Oh, so you did Arma stuff? Really?
It wasn't Arma, but it was called the Marty Tripes.
I remember that name.
100 Works race thing. It was vintage racing.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought it. There's not a lot of these out here. You know, old Elsinores and, you know, how many real dirt bikes. I mean, that's a serious motocrosser. For 77, I don't know if you could have gotten more competitive than this motorcycle. They were they were top of the line. Very, very
I had
competitive.
one in 77 when I graduated high school.
Now you're dating yourself, right?
okay.
How old are you?
63.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you for bringing it out, man. It's good to see one. Is it stock? You haven't done anything to it, right?
The difference is these aren't they're period correct, but they're not the right shock.
Understood.
The right shocks they were black springs and they had a reservoir over here.
Right, I remember that. Yeah, with the
I
hose.
think it's on the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a neat bike. Yeah.
It's difficult to adjust the screw in this one because for whatever reason Suzuki did not put an idle screw in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no
That's
idle
right. That
screw.
McCuney does not. So it was basically whatever the tension of the cable was.
Yeah, you had to adjust it from the tip cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool bike. What is your name again?
Frank Martin.
Frank, my name's Mark. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
we ate together.
We ate yesterday. That's right, man. Frank, thank you so much for bringing this out.
$9 French fry.
Okay, got time for a couple more. Some 84 Hondas here, and these are actually very practical rideable motorcycles, both of them. That is a Nighthawk S 84. Very stylish motorcycle. Nice clean example. Very nice clean example. And over here, got an Interceptor 1000. It's also a 1984 motorcycle. And all the body work is still there. It's missing the stock exhaust, and a lot of them are. That's just kind of the nature of these things. V4, 998 cc's. And this one's got about 7,700 on the clock. Very nice example.
You're from Phoenix? Serious
Okay, today we have Frank, Mr. Frank Cooper. By the way, thank you for your service to our country. He's a veteran.
You're more than welcome.
Appreciate that. Tell me a little bit about your RD.
This is the fourth one of these I've owned. I picked up my first one in England, shipped it back to give to my son because he saw one on a ferry boat in Canada and wanted one. And when I got there, I found out that he had already got one for himself. So I sold that one. A couple years later, he gave me his. I bought a parts bike out of Vermont that I used for parts because the internet wasn't available in '91.
No.
I eventually got that one on the road because of all the stuff I could get on the internet. This one I actually bought out of Vancouver, Canada, in part.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I
Yeah.
totally rebuilt the engine.
Yeah.
New pistons, rings, seals, bearings, everything. Everything has been gone through. I have a new European wiring harness, which means I have to change both of the switches.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because this,
Yeah.
being a Canadian version,
Right.
didn't have the right switches. My instrument cluster is in fact from Japan. It has the writing down here.
Okay,
for
and
the-
your
for the speed
KMH
limiter.
too. Yeah, your KMH.
And it's KMH. And the
So
relative
these
size
are
is
actually
miles per hour.
kilometers then.
Yeah, yeah, those are kilometers.
So that would equate to what, about 18,000 miles, something like that?
Actually, that's about that. Yeah, your
Something
math is
like
good.
that.
Your math
Yeah.
is good. Yeah,
Yeah, I did go to school.
60%.
Tell me about your bags. That's
Okay.
cool.
I have period accessories on here.
Okay.
These are Hepco and Becker bags.
You don't need to take them off, Frank.
These are
Just
Hepco
tell
and
me
Becker
about them.
racks and bags. They made them for this back in the early 80s.
Uh-huh.
Hepco
And
Becker-
these are detachable,
these are detachable.
right? So you basically have a lock.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
There's a lock here. They open their cavernous, shall we say.
Yeah.
I've had these for probably 15, almost 20 years, and still in really good shape.
Yeah, they are.
I have a Bagster tank cover and tank bag system on here.
Yeah, now the tank cover, is that something that you could just order off the internet?
Yeah, you can order Bagster covers right off the unit.
Oh,
This is good 'cause
yeah.
you lift it up. And
I
you can
like
have
it.
access to the
Yeah,
gas.
yeah,
And
that's
also,
nice. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
this comes off fairly easily
Yeah.
with a carrying handle.
Take that into your
Take
motel.
it into the motel.
Yeah, cool. All right.
They again make these for
So if you had to change one thing about this motorcycle, what would it be? What would you change
Oh my
about it?
God.
I mean, briefly. you
Briefly,
know.
I actually have a Power Bronze full fairing for it, and I want to get that on it.
Okay.
So we'll have twin headlights, the fairing will come up here, the mirrors will be up on the fairing. That's what I want to do for it.
Okay.
That's my next project.
And when did they quit making RDs? When was the last
Okay.
year of this?
They stopped making them in the U.S. actually in 1979. The 1980 models were all made in 79 because in 1980, January 1980, the pollution laws changed.
Okay.
They could be sold, but they couldn't have been made.
Right.
This is the Canadian version. They made them for Canada, Europe, Brazil, Japan. They started making these in 1980 as a 250 and a 350. This is the Canadian version. They only got 350s.
Okay.
In Europe, they were very, very popular. They actually did what we called a pro-am racing, where they had a bucket
So-
with all the keys in it. You picked up one key, that was your bike, and that's what you raced.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that system. That
Oh,
sounds
that
cool.
was great.
So the Kenny Roberts Special,
Yeah,
is that? It's almost similar to.
that's
to
a
this.
newer version.
Okay, so the motor, different cases, different cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
These are the early water pumpers.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. The RZs, as we call them in this country, RDs everywhere else except Japan and here, had what they call a power valve.
Yes.
And with the power valve, you could put the engine at a higher tune, but still get low in torque because.
So is that YPVS?
Yes,
That's what it's called. YPVS.
Yamaha power valve system.
Okay, and this does not have
This
that.
does not have it.
Okay. All right.
It still has about 49, 48 horsepower.
What was the last year of the air-cooled stuff?
The air cooled? The last year was 79, really.
Okay.
Although
all right.
some of them were sold.
So in
80.
80, they went to water cooling.
With the water cooled, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't get these
Right.
because the pollution laws changed.
Understood. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I'm about. Okay, this is Mark with Fix and Ride. Well, we're wrapping it up today here at the VJMC show, and saw some cool bikes. I hope you like and subscribe to these videos.